millions of men are living through a dating and relationships crisis. They want to find the perfect woman for them, but despite all of their efforts and their chasing, nothing seems to be working. They don't seem to be getting any results. And because of that, they're feeling really low in terms of their confidence. They're even starting to question whether they will ever have a fulfilling relationship or indeed any success with women. And the reality is that if a lot of guys just started to shift their focus away from women and onto themselves, they would have a hell of a lot more success with women. You see, women are not attracted to the guys that chase them. They put those guys in the needy box. They put those guys in the too much box because they're always replying to their stories. They're always liking and commenting on their photos and messaging them 3, 4, 5 times in a row. Women put these guys in the needy box because they know that they're constantly chasing them and that they're always going to be available. But they respond better to the guys who focus on themselves and don't chase them. Because those guys show something that the needy guys don't. Ambition. They show that they have purpose and that they have a sense of direction. Now look, I believe that a lot of guys are doing this chasing and trying so hard to get a woman in their life as a temporary patch to a gaping wound that is all of the problems in their life. They're not happy with the way that they look. They're not confident about themselves. They don't feel good about their future prospects. So they want a relationship to take away some of that pain and cover some things up. And I say, why don't we start doing things the other way around? I'm going to say something unconventional. I want you to imagine that you are a piece of real estate. You're a house and you're going on the market. And you want to get yourself as much money as possible. Now the reality is, if you want to get as much money as possible for the property, you are a piece of real estate, you're making damn sure that there is no mold in the property. You know, you're checking all the corners of the walls, there's no mold. You're making sure that every single pipe works properly. You're making sure there's no leaks. You're making sure all the surfaces and everything is clean. When the photographer comes around, you make sure everything is spick and span. You make sure it's perfect. And then you list yourself up. A lot of guys are listing themselves up on the market with huge problems with their property. They're not in good shape. Their headspace is poor. Their confidence is low. Their purpose is non-existent. And then they are surprised when they don't get results. Be honest with yourself. If you turned up to view a property and there was mold on the walls, leaky taps, burnt carpets, unless you thought this was something that you could do a mega project on and turn around, the chances are you're walking away and going, no thank you, I'll go for the property that's clean, tidy, with no problems. So don't be surprised when women don't buy into your potential. Just because a property has potential doesn't mean that most people are going to go, yeah, okay, I'll buy it. Most people are going to walk away. So I say to you, look, you're not a house, obviously. This is a metaphor. Start addressing the areas in your life that you know need improvement before trying to settle down and get yourself a relationship. I know sometimes it can feel lonely. I know sometimes you just want that warmth and that closeness of another person. But I guarantee you what will happen if you go into relationships with big problems that you have unaddressed. A couple years down the line, they will be unearthed. And my friend, you will regret that. Because that is going to cause you one hell of a headache down the line. And you'll wish that you'd have changed that before you got into a relationship and worked on yourself before you got into a relationship. Because your future girl, she ain't going to be happy. She's going to realize, and she's going to feel like she's been scammed. She'll feel like she bought into your potential But really, you know, this guy's just been wasting my time. This guy isn't somebody that I feel really confident in. This isn't somebody that I trust. This isn't somebody that I envision myself having children with or having a relationship with. He's not serious. But the guys who work on themselves and the guys who address their issues within their personal life, within their professional life, within their physical health, before getting into a relationship, they don't experience that problem. They really don't. Of course, they have their own issues. They have their own problems, they have their own setbacks, and this is different. But before they put themselves on the market, they sort out their issues. Now look, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be the completed man. And sometimes, look, when you start working on yourself, you'll notice very quickly you do get more attention. When you stop chasing and you start working on yourself, you will get more attention. You're making yourself more attractive. You're building your prospects of a good future. You're building your professional life. You're becoming more skilled. Maybe you're picking up a new instrument. Maybe you're picking up a new language. You'll notice good things are coming into your life. And if a good woman does come into your life whilst you're still building, that's completely different. Never turn it away. Never reject her advances. But at the same time, let's not rush into something. First and foremost, you need to work on yourself. And you need to make yourself an attractive man. And that's not just looks. A lot of people focus on the looks. It's your personality, it's your character, it's your skills, it's your confidence, it's your future prospects. Does this guy have potential? Does this guy have a bright future? Is he actively looking to grow? Is he actively looking to connect with new people and progress professionally and personally? Those are the things you need to start working on. So, I like to do this in some of these videos. A practical step for you. Slow down with the messaging. Slow down with the chasing. Slow down with the replying to the stories. And take a break. I want you to go quiet mode. I want you to get in the gym. I want you to, if you're not doing it, get your cardio going, because that's important. Something that we all neglect sometimes. Get your cardio going, make sure that you're not just lifting weights, but you're also moving your body and stripping your fat away. Making your body healthier, but also making yourself more attractive. Stop impulse spending on things that are not serving you well. Gambling, silly sort of expenses that are not going to help you, stop that. Get your money up. If you're not already, start trying to educate yourself beyond your work or study. Go and read some interesting books. There's plenty out there on relationships, on dating, on finances, on communication. Start working on yourself in these ways. Learn a new skill. Pick up a language. Learn an instrument. Even if it's silly stuff, or you might think it's silly stuff, it's stuff that adds a little bit more to you. Stuff that adds a little bit more to your character, and stuff that is very attractive to potential investors. So look, despite your lack of success within this field, within this area of your life, don't let it dishearten you, because now there is an opportunity to grow. Now there is an opportunity to turn things around. Embrace that it's going to take a little bit of time. Embrace that you're going to have to go away and work on yourself for a little while. But knowing that just around the corner, very quickly, by the way, very, very quickly, when you start to improve yourself in all different areas of your life, you're going to attract the right sort of attention. And very hopefully, start to achieve some of the things that you were looking for within the relationship game. Anyway, guys, if you took some value from this video today, be sure to smash the like button, subscribe to my channel if you're new around here, comment your thoughts down below as well. If you're interested in hopping on a one-to-one call with me, the link's down below in the description of this video as well. Okay? Thanks for your time and attention, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.